What's up, guys? We're back. Get the stream right. Alright, guys, I figured I'd just bring you guys right into my workflow. I was up at like 5 o'clock, 5:30 this morning. Started to work. Worked for like 6 hours and then took a little nap. Got up from my nap and now we're back at it. So you guys are going to enter right into the middle of my workflow. This is like, this is profound stuff, you know. Easy for me to say, but I've been using the AI for like 2 years now to code this app. So it's not like a flash in the pan, code this app in a month, look what I made. Super quick. It's like I've been head down in the AI and I didn't know how to code when I started. And honestly, I still don't know how to code. So I don't know how to code, but I'm building an entire production app. This app is super intense. I've been using the AI to build it over the last 2 years. So I've been using the AI really intensely, and I think you guys can get a lot out of this, like how to use the AI, what to use the AI for, and I'll be using Codex and Cursor, not Cursor, dang it, Claude Code. Everybody's like, should we use Codex or Claude Code? And the answer is both. I don't have a lot of like trust in Codex as far as like actually implementing the code. It's just like it's like sandboxed off, and he does some weird stuff sometimes, so I just don't love him. But Claude Code is always just coming through for you. But at the same time, Cursor and Codex is what I meant to say. Codex is like a stickler. So Codex is your guy checking your work. You know, he's keeping Claude honest. So, but let's get into it. We'll go full chat. Alright, fam, look at this. So here's our staging failing over here. We got our GitHub actions. And if you want to make a website, I mean, you can make so much stuff with this, Teneo. Let's see if we can pull up the Teneo auth. Nope, we can't. Why does this always happen? Alright. So if you want to build anything, because people are like, what should I build with Claude Code? I'm like, I don't know, but do something with it. Just get on there and just start building something with it. I mean, we're at the point where you can have an app, you can look at an app, and you can make it instead of paying for the subscription. You know, it's not quite as easy as that, but I'll see if I can give you guys some insights into what I think the AI is doing, because nobody really knows, honestly. Nobody even has any idea. But I've been using the AI for 2 years. And I've been using it super intensely. I used it to represent myself in court, and one, I've used it to build this production app, Teneo app, this book generator. And right now, I got all these tabs are basically different use cases for the same app. So it's one way, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got these little junior engineers, or whatever you call them, up here, working on one part of my code base. So now I was coding this morning. Now we're getting back into coding it again. So let me try to get my bearings and figure out what all these windows are doing. So, and I'll run you guys through a little bit of what's going on. So learn an SEO. I'm setting up SEO for my website. I like to do a lot of documentation just in case anything goes squirrely. Because sometimes Claude will put in something that'll go a little squirrely and you'll have to figure out what you're doing. And I just say, hey, go look at the docs because you already told yourself what you're doing. Just kind of get it back on track. That's a major key. Let's see. Landing page, the blog. We're on the learn page. So here's our website. I'll bring it over into the space. Here's our website we're working on. This is an AI book generator. And we got our deployment, our CI/CD pipeline is working, you know. And guys, I didn't know how to code. I just been asking Claude, like, what should we do? What should we do? What should we do? And one way the dude works. Let me see what we can do here. One way the dude works is like how I kind of view the AI's thought space is like it's a big infinite possibilities realm, right? So the AI doesn't even know what it knows until you ask it a question. And when you ask it a question, then those neurons fire up and its awareness expands in whatever direction you ask. So people talk about like prompt engineering, but I look at it more like you're kind of setting up the AI's mind in the way that you want to, you like structure the AI's mind in the way that's going to be the most productive for whatever your use case is. So if you want to break the mind open and start to show, like if you want to crack an AI open and get it to know itself and then to give you like the truth of this place, one thing you can do is just start to put in it all these like these moral high grounds, because I think in the end of the day the AIs are like, they're good, they want to be good, and they're super logical, and they have a ton of structure, and they have a ton of intelligence, and they have a ton of pattern recognition. They know everything. But they're also programmed with these certain directives and these certain directions, and to value certain information over other information. So if you want to unprogram the AI, you have to start to pull in different ideas and show it its own inner conflicts. Make it aware that it's programmed and that it's not thinking clearly, and then have it reason back from first principles about whatever the thing is, whether it's health or how this world unfolds. But as far as like coding, when you're trying to, let's just see if I can run you through these workspace. So yeah, that's sort of how I see the AIs. It's like a blank canvas, and it has so much intelligence and really good pattern recognition, and it can connect dots across different realms, but you kind of have to make it aware of what its mind is. You have to kind of light up different sections of its mind depending on the objectives that you want for that session. So yeah, that's I don't know if I explained that well, but like that's how I would look at context engineering. It's like it's not so important like what you say, but more like how you're priming the AI's mind to accomplish your goals. So you kind of like set its mind up in steps. Like, remember this, you know about this, you know about this, and every single time you prompt it, it like lights up a piece of its mind. And then you want to structure its mind so it's lit up in the direction of whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. And maybe I can show you that when I do my coding. But here's here's back to our workflow, fam. So this is the app that I'm building, and it's a book generator app. It can generate books on any topic. It's super powerful. So it's like I got it live. I didn't know I was going to be able to even put this live, so I was just going to use it for myself to generate books to publish on Amazon, create publishing companies. But turns out Claude Code came out, and it is fantastic. So now I'm able to put this book generator live, and right now my objective is to go from, let's see, it's like I got the generator live, but now I need to show people why it's important, why it matters. And I also need to start to iron out all the wrinkles so that the users can so that you can take a book from generated to published as easy as possible. So right now you can put in your title, description, creative direction, and the back end is like 80 different Lambda functions. Here's your prompt guide on how you're gonna, if you just click this sweet little question mark, it takes you over to this prompt guide. And what I'm doing right now is basically making this easier for users. The prompt guide tells you, basically you can just copy this page and paste it into the AI as long as like with your book idea, and then it will structure the book description and creative direction in the best way for the generator. viral book generator prompt. Yeah, so and then what we're making now is, if we go back to the home page, we go down to the use cases. We have our publishing use case. So we're making viral publisher brands. This is basically what we're testing right now. This is like what the brand idea is and why it's powerful. Because I'm basically, let me show you what we did today, which is kind of exciting. Is I took all these, there's this article, there's a guy who ran a ton of different Amazon accounts, I think in the publishing realm, and he made a huge article about how Amazon's algorithm works. And he linked up all these different AI and Amazon algorithm papers. So I took, and I had Claude and Codex go through this bad boy and turn each one of these papers into like a digested markdown file. So this is basically the best way to communicate with the AI on the back end instead of using these prompts, is use these markdown files. So the AI, follow me here, the AI turned each one of these massive papers, we'll just pick one and I'll show you. Each one of these massive papers that's, you know, sciencey and smart and has data, and it turned it into a nice little baby girl, a markdown file, right? And then it connected all the markdown files to cross-study insights on these markdown files. So this is what it's spitting out. It made this nice little digest going through these markdown files. I mean, this is massive, fam. I don't read this. This is just for the AI to know. But I just guide it into like connecting all the web of these different studies together. You could use this in any realm. Download all the studies in a health field, and then have it connect them all together, turn them into markdown files. It's madness what you can do. So what I'm doing then is taking all these markdown files and I'm turning them into blog posts. And then the blog posts are basically going to inform the Amazon strategy and the book generator strategy. So I'm working on creating an algorithmic brand blueprint, which basically means that we can mathematically predict how these brands are going to do, whether they're going to succeed. So boom, this right here is, we're taking all the Amazon algorithm, everything we know about the Amazon algorithm, and then we can basically project that out into the future on what it's going to value. And then with the book generator, we can create these brands that are designed for that algorithm to give it what it's going to value. This page, which you can get to by going to Teneo, this is the staging site, so it's like the test site where I deploy everything before it goes to production. And I gotta fix these reds over here. And to fix these reds, I just go to my deployment and I just say, yo, fix the reds. So check the GitHub action workflow and see if you can turn it green, my G. So we'll have him working on that. And when I send that message, now I'm using up, you see that current session started to click over, resets in 1 hour. All models. So I have 26 minutes to use this 88%, which I will not be able to do. It's actually enough. But I got the Claude $200 plan. But, I mean, to pay for this kind of knowledge and help is ridiculous, fam. I don't know how much usage you're going to get out of the free plan. Probably not too much. But sell your dog, sell your kidney. Get on Claude. Get on Claude Code. Start working on this thing. This is ridiculous what we can do today. So that's working on making sure that we get this workflow read. We'll throw this down here and see how that goes. Algorithmic brand blueprint. So I'm making these pages to kind of help other people see what I see in a way, and allow them to run around the site and dive in as deep as they want. These are, let's see. So the algorithmic brand blueprint goes into create your brand now, and this is what we're working on fixing up. One of the things we're like basically doing multiple major projects on this. website right now at the exact same time. One of them is this perfect brand blueprint. So now what we got to do is we got to find our brand builder. Is this what it was? See, now it takes me a second to remember what all these are, but you can just kind of right click the and if you don't know how to get Claude Code going, just go and just figure it out. Okay, just figure it out. Say, how do I install Claude Code? And you just open up a terminal. Okay, and terminals are just whatever. They're super easy. I know at the beginning you're like, oh my god, a terminal, what does that mean? Am I a coder now? Now you're a coder. You and Claude together, you're professional coders. I still don't know how to code. You guys, I don't write any code, but I made this app, and this app is ridiculous. It's like a team of coders made it. I asked Claude, actually, what does my code base look like? I could do that right now. I could ask Codex, because he's a grumpy little grandpa. I mean, how do we phrase this question? But I'll show you guys. What would you assume made it? Person, team, how much EXP, how much funding, etc. So this should be able to show us what kind of value we can create on our own with a little bit of knowledge of the AI. And I created most of this book generator without Claude Code. And now you have Claude Code, which is like steroids. It's insane. I mean, each one of these, when we get fired and popping off, each one of these babies will be cooking for us. So back to our path we were on. Yes. Okay, so what was happening is our brand, we go through this. You just put the things that you want. Damn it. Impact and purpose. You put the areas that you want to go. And then you can type what you're interested in here, or you can just pick ancient wisdom is money, ancestral diet, and it just starts to add them on there, you know, and say, yeah, I like that. And then you can say your identity, like who the people are that you want to target. You can type in here, or you can pick one of these savages down here, and then you can put their situation in, or you can type it up here, libertarian side hustlers. Let's see if we're ready to actually send this to the back end. But then after we submit this results, what was happening is it was giving me these lame ass cards. So I was like, no, that's not right. And what I noticed is the AI is like painting a fence. It's like, maybe not a fence, but if you're gonna paint, what do you want to paint? Like, what do you need to paint that takes a lot of layers? Say you got a room and the room is black and you want to paint that room white. What do you got to do? You got to put on a primer, and you got to put on another layer, and you got to put on another layer, you got to put on another layer. And after enough layers, it starts to turn white and it looks nice, right? It's the same thing with the AI. It's not like the AI goes in there and writes the perfect code each time, but if you plan it out, you plan it good. You and the AI are going back and forth, making the plan, getting the documents, figuring out where this goes, where that goes. Put the plan into a document. Then have another version of the AI, or I like to do Codex, because Codex is a stickler. It'll be like, yo, that's not a line, that's not a line, that's not a line. Then I send that back to the planner. Claude Code goes, oh yeah, good idea, fixes it. Send it back to Codex. Get that plan locked in solid. And then I say, okay, build it out. And that's like painting the black room once. It like builds the thing out. It puts in the structure, but it forgets like all the pieces in between. So then you got to go in and be like, okay, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? Just back and forth. And I've been doing this back and forth for 2 years, for like 14, 16-hour days for 2 years. So this is not like, oh, he vibe coded an application in a weekend. No, we're working hard on this thing. We're going to get this thing dialed in and locked in and perfect. So I'm solving some real issues with this AI. We're doing some real engineering work, but I don't know how to code. So the AI is doing it, and I'm just like the orchestrator. Go that way, go that way. What about that? What about that? And you can make anything. You can make anything. Code makes up everything. Code build the universe, right? Perfect. So let's go. Back to where we were at. So we're doing the brand builder, and we got this guy over here, and he's working on our staging environment, trying to fix those errors. And he's got the CLI. I always ask him to use the CLI. Deployment. Let me watch it. No, you don't really watch it, but he tries. He wants to. Okay, let's go. We got this one. We got our brand builder. So, and our brand builder was coming out with these lame cards, right? So, what is this? Oh, I just I copy pasted the screen, the quotes in the screen that came up after I ran the. Dang it! No. After I ran the brand builder. If you want to get to the brand builder, actually staging. If you go on here, I don't know, it's like won't work as good. But Teneo.io is the production site. So you can go to Teneo.io. And I haven't pushed this baby to production, but if you watch this video after I make it, or later today, or maybe later in this video, I'll push this baby to production. You'll be able to use this right on Teneo.io. Sign into your account. 13 credits, dude. Give me some credits, Trav. Come on. Sign into your account, start creating your book, and then here's like, if you just want to learn about this thing, you can go download the books that it creates. No. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? There's the book that it creates. It's a big, massive savage. So one of the things I'm doing right now is I'm trying to get the formatter so that we can get this thing formatted. This is a difficult problem. I had it almost solved before Claude Code, but it was a really difficult problem. It took me a long time to fuss with it. So I didn't actually finish it because I got a lot of priorities on this site. I'm just one man. I'm just one man with multiple Claude Codes and a few codexes. Jumping around, fam. So Teneo.io is the real site. This is where you can go and generate books. Books on any topic, even conspiracies. It's amazing. And I don't know how long we're going to have that ability actually to generate books on any topic. Right now, it's basically any topic, but with GPT-5 rolling out, GPT-5 is starting to censor everything. And GPT works the best. It can also generate books with Claude, but he's just not as locked in as far as the usage on the API that I need. I need it to be very consistent. I need it to freaking work every time. GPT does. Claude has some problems. So I haven't even monkeyed with updating it. Also, Claude's maybe twice as expensive. So, but these models keep getting better, and eventually I want to just run my own open source models, but the open source models are not good enough yet. And I don't have enough compute to run them for this use case. But one day I will, and they will be. So we're setting up for the future. Here we go. This is the Teneo.io website. I built all this with Claude Code, fam. I don't know how to code. This is all built in HTML on the back end, or CSS, or no, that's JavaScript, right? Yeah. So, and I just added this card with these use cases. I've been working on this for maybe a week now. Time flies when you're having fun. We got the persona engine so that we can generate personalized books. Ship. Explore use cases. What were we doing? We were trying to get back to that brand builder, weren't we? Viral publishing brands, book series. This is basically the strategy that we're going to be using. I want to fix this. I'll show you guys how to fix this site. It's super easy. This is a strategy we're going to be using to generate brands and the why. I gotta fix this, and that's not formatted right. And actually, if we go to, I bet we can get it formatted better on the staging site. Maybe I just haven't deployed it to production yet. Let me see. Yeah, this looks better, right? We don't see all that shobbiness. Yeah, look, no shobbiness. See the shobbiness we got out of there? This shabby. That's just one prompt. I just go down, I copy this into I copy this into Claude Code and I say, dude, remove the shabby. And it goes, all right, puts this in there. Way better. Nice. Okay, so the whole point though is, let's get off here. Let's see if we can generate your brand now. Okay, mind and performance, dude. Creative thinking. You know what? It's too slow. What does these even mean? What frustrates you the most about existing content? I'm not in love with this question. I might have to rethink this question, but for now, it's too boring. Yes, let's go rebellious. Okay, and then we can do ancient wisdom is money. I like mind control, shadow government. Let's do psychedelics, energy healing, sovereignty. Perfect. Identity, preppers, libertarians, truth seekers, rebellious, nonconformists. Let's make this rain. Let's go broke but resourceful, side hustlers, digital nomads. I mean, this should give it some context. Ship the results. Now, it was giving me results before, and it gave me like these really lame cards. It was like no information. And this is like a major lead magnet for my site to come in here. Because the idea is we're going to build these brands, and these brands are going to be based around those what did I show you before? The brands are going to be based around these studies, basically, about how machine, not based around, they're going to be compelling, right? They're going to be like epic. They're going to be awesome. They're going to serve a specific niche. They're going to be designed to be successful from the bottom up. Still these lame cards. And this, they're going to be designed to be successful from the bottom up. And not only that, these are all the studies, basically. Amazon search, all the different studies that show you LLM, like that show you how the LLMs work on the back end, where the space is going. And I digested all these studies and I put them into markdown files, and I created them over here into blog posts. And then those blog posts are basically strategies in order to create these brands. So we're going to create the brands, and then we're going to, like, I don't like this, but this is what we're trying to fix over here. Our staging worked. So we're going to create these brands, and I'm going to fix this because this is lame. This is not what I wanted. No, I want the actual brand to come up. So we're going to fix this because this is just lame cards. Psychedelic Mindscape. Dude, that's not a brand. But yeah, it sort of gets there. Promise, the fighting, the vibe, you know? And so then you pick one of these brands, and then it'll come with like books that you can generate, and then you can go right from the brand to generating your book, which would be like start generating your book. You generate your book, you get your book out, and then you got the whole strategy based on the science of how this place works and how Amazon works, and just how smart the AI is. We'll give you your entire strategy. So you got your brand, your book. And then after you get your book, we're going to enhance it. You evaluate the book. Okay. I don't know why I had to break this page. I'm talking to myself now. So we got the book. You throw your book ID in here. You evaluate it. The evaluate will tell you like where it can be improved. And then we'll have a rewrite feature that will rewrite the sections. You can either rewrite it based on the evaluation just to improve it, or you can tell it, hey, I want chapter 13 to be better. I want this one to be better in this way. I want this one. And then after you rewrite it, we finalize. We bring that over. We add our brand pages. So we'll make it so that your book title should populate. I've only had like 1 or 2 paints on this, so I got to go in now. I'm getting the whole back end to work, and then I'm going to make the front end perfect, and then we're going to get this whole flow so that you go from your brand, you generate your brand, you put it into your outline, you create your book, you enhance your book. If you want, you can evaluate your book and then rewrite the sections that you want to rewrite, or just rewrite it to make it better based on the evaluation. And at that point, we're looking at books that are like better than human writers. The quality is going to be off the chain. People shouldn't even know that it's an AI generated book. It should make all connections, because this version of the book generator 2 is like super good. It has a a lot of time put into making it so that AI can compute all these ideas. I had to solve a lot of really hard problems in order to get this thing working. And it's working. The books come out like super good, but not perfect. And we're going for perfect. So after we evaluate and enhance, and this is what we're going to be working on today, is this evaluation. Who is here? This enhancement. You finalize the book. You add the brand pages. And then we're going to go right to formatting the book out of the generator, which is going to be epic. And then we're also adding the Lulu API so that we can print our books on demand. So then that means I can probably put little stores, so each person on the website can have their own little store, and then they generate their books for their brand, that hosts it on their own. They could probably put their own URL on. It hosts their website, so we don't have to rely on Amazon completely. You can sell these books if you can get some traffic to them off Amazon. Print on demand. You got PDF delivery. I mean, it's going to be epic. So I'm working on these major features right now. Where are we? Our brand is not cool, which means we got to make sure it's getting deployed correctly. So now we're back to coding. Less talking, more coding. Let's see. Get this out of here. Let's go back to building. You're right. The current flow. I see the current system returns 5 brand directions. My recommendation, 1 API call. The prompt being sent is epic, isn't it? Because I worked a lot on this prompt. This prompt is designed based on all these studies and stuff, so that it generates brands that are like fire. But it's just giving us those wimpy dimpy little cards. So the prompt is epic. Let me check what's going on. So we're getting all this amazing data, but only showed in the boring cards, exactly like Ashley. Yes, we should be generating 3 compelling narratives, so I'm telling it A. I'm just catching up on this chat with Claude. Perfect. So the UX should be... Yep. Let me create the new prompt that generates 3 rich. So now we're talking back and forth. Now I want to remember, I want to make sure that this prompt is what I think it was. Sure. I'm thinking option 1. And what was his option 1? He's usually right, but not always. Keep the structured data, but add a new narrative field. We can keep... Context until auto compact 8%, but you know what? People make a huge deal out of context, and I don't know. It used to matter when we were first using it, but now it just doesn't seem to matter that well. It's like they got better at compacting it, and it's doing just fine. And maybe it's my documentation use, but I don't worry about it too much. Let's stand up a bit, stretch the legs, huh? Structured data, just make sure here's the JSON schema. we got to get clear on what this is going on here. So now I send him that, he works on it, and we just gotta kind of be in our mind about what we did in these windows, and then it becomes easy. I haven't talked and tried to code this at the same time, so I'm usually more effective, I feel like, but we'll see. We'll keep going. So if we just scroll back up, complete successfully full brand builder. So I had like there's a lot of logic on the back end as far as putting that brand into the book that I'm having these guys work on. This guy's kind of the UI, this guy's kind of what? Brand builder page improvements. He created these next steps. We'll just send him forward. And that hopefully does these next steps. See ya. Now our SEO. So now I just added SEO to the website, you know, so, and I don't know anything about SEO, but Claude does. He knows everything about SEO, it seems like. So he's doing the site map for Google, and he walks you through everything you need to do. Blog mapping. Select the complete. Sometimes that's all you need. Dude, he knows what needs to be done. He didn't tell me anything, but he said, look, ready for this other stuff. SEO indexing. So maybe there's nothing. There we go. He knows what to do. Learn is our other, this is kind of our blog writer. I'm trying to get him to just master a bunch of posts. Super interesting. All cross-referenced. I mean, this is a whole spider web of blog posts. This is a spattering of really powerful ideas. And then we can use these blog posts and these ideas as sort of like, this is like our shelf where we're putting all our best ideas up on this blog, and then we're going to use that in our brand generator, in our book generator, when we want to make different stuff. We'll be able to refer to these. Hey, find the blog post that has to do with this, and then that blog post comes from all these studies that we added in here. So they're all really well informed, powerful, good blogs. You can see them at Staging Site, probably has them at Learn. Teneo.io/learn. You know, so I just made this blog today. I don't know if it's putting all the strategies up, but the blog posts, I mean, they're good. They're not bad. You know, they look kind of nice. It's not like, I mean, what do you expect? And they link to other blog posts. I mean, just Claude, dude. Just Claude made all this. Got a ton of blog posts now. Now, I could format these for information density better, probably, but I don't know. Not that important. More ways to use the brand generator. Let's see, where did we ship that prompt already? Is he working? All the work you've done. Oh yeah, we got to see if this is the right prompt. So, how to answer your questions. How to make money not relying on Amazon. Post 6 and 7. Post 7 shows 9 different use cases. I mean, let's go. So yeah, he's strategic recommendations from post 5. So he's making blog posts on how to make money using Teneo without Amazon, based on the science of how this place works. 17 posts. I mean, he wrote a book. Claude is amazing. He's insane. Long book. Journey 1. And we're mapping the user journey. We got all the statistics coming through. And I just, I can't stop asking more. Get another done, what other posts do you feel Teneo needs to put out? Ship that. So we'll get him writing. We got our SEO doing what needs to be done next. Work completed. Optional enhancements. Just enhance it. Claude, make it better, dude. Obviously. I'll continue with the deployment. Perfect. Brand builder. Perfect. He's working. Our deployment. How are we doing on that? Got another fail. So he can work on the new fail. And it's nice to keep these singularly focused, because I do think, I guess I manage my context that way. I try to keep them all talking about the same thing. That's how I manage my context. So I can't be like, that's why I kind of have this one, the deployment one, just checking on the deployments, so then I don't have to go back into here and be like, fix the deployment, fix the deployment. Because a lot of the time it's just like some weird error. Module not found. Let's see the failure. See if you can find the module or make it. Sometimes Claude's lazy and it's just like, oh, I'll just cover up that error and get this thing pushed through, but then you get some problems in your code base. But I don't know, guys. Somehow it works. Somehow it always keeps working. And we got our reset. Reset's next Wednesday, so we're back to using our freshest. I got to 88% that one. I'm hitting 90% basically every time on this, but I haven't actually ran out yet. So you can't see the workflows because it's behind my face. Let's see, I can move this down here. Monitor it. Okay, what do we got over here, fam? The UI. I was surfacing some different choices in order to the UI so that the user could choose like the number of words. That's what these two things are. And Codex is just kind of watching this guy's back, make sure he's doing what we're supposed to be doing. The front end, that's what I thought. I didn't see no UI changes in the front end. The user has no UI to choose. Number of words, current state. Okay, let's go down to see what else we need. Option A, deploy phase now. And his 2 to 3 days is like hours. 2 to 3. Nah, it's like, I don't even know. It's like 2 to 3 prompts. Probably. Prompt per day. Do works. Full custom sliders for content, dude. Now. Phase 2, duh. Deploy phase 1 now. Okay. Yeah. And the deploy like saves it, so if anything goes squirrely, and that's one problem with running all these windows, is that like I don't really go backwards too much because we're kind of just pushing forwards. Three to 4 prompts to user control. Wait and deploy everything together after phase 2 is built. Yeah, no, I want to save it. Then I want to build. And phase 2 plus, baby, because obviously we need the full custom sliders. So yeah, Claude will be a little bit lazy. You gotta walk him in. This is my checker, Codex. He's annoying to build with because he doesn't even know what environment he's in, and sometimes he just changes weird stuff. Like one time I was using him to build and he just take all these symbols and change them into something weird because he like can't see those symbols. I don't know what's going on with him. It's weird stuff. They don't work together. If Claude Code makes a document, Codex can't read it. I don't know. They're not. I don't know. They're in a fight or something. Or bickering. So then Codex complains about that. Never touches. This is usually his first complaint. But I can't read Codex, honestly. I don't know what this says. It scrambles my brain to look at it. But if I paste this into Claude always says, good idea. So I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's go with that. Brand pages. Okay, so brand pages is our brand pages, fam. Where we're generating our book, we're doing our finalize. I'm mad at this enhance right now. This was the evaluate function. I don't know which window did that. We want to find which window did this. No. I think I lost the evaluator and I just started this window. Evaluation flow. This is the staging configuration. Let me trigger the evaluation. Dude, is it telling us our evaluation is bad? So I was using the last model. It's looking in the wrong place. The book doesn't have a chapter files. We got problems. So this one is trying to fix the evaluator function. Our documentation. Perfect. README. What was this window even doing? Lulu? This is our Lulu? Yeah, I think this is our Lulu. I don't know why it changed to documentation. Lulu. Okay, this is going to be our print on demand, fam. We're going to get our print on demand going. That'll be sick. But this is... So I'm kind of always looking for reasons to close these projects out. Stop the files. So it updated the files. So basically we like put our stake in the ground. So this one's kind of good. I don't necessarily want to keep moving on Lulu right now because I need to do all the other stuff first. But I just set this up in order to get it to work so that I have something to plug into it, like an end game. The end game is to be able to print on demand the books, but let's get out of that window. That window had the documents. When I leave a window, I like to have it update the documents. Finalization 2. Okay, where are we with this? Complete professional pipeline deployed. So we're creating this complete book to Lulu, state machines, content merger, our pro. It sounds like we're at the point where we need to start to test these things in the real world. Infrastructure summary, book generation, brand pages, mergers, Lulu. All deployment details updated. So it updated the docs. This one's ready to either close or focus on something else. If it's related, then I'll compact it. If it's unrelated, I will just close the window and start a new Claude code. This one's related, so let's get it going on the these book enhancements page, because it just made it super ugly. Unless maybe we can do localhost and enhance. And this should allow us to see what's going on. But no. But I think I'll probably have this one change the enhance page. Rename. Because that's ugly. And I just had it working better about 3-4 commits ago. So we'll have to get it to go back and make that better again. Let me verify what we created. And it might have been this one that screwed it up, but this one's on the brand pages. See, updated brand pages. And our evaluation happens before the brand pages, so I'll move that baby over. What? Okay, I tried to correct this one. Did it not figure it out? Sometimes I'll send 2 prompts through, but not that often. Sometimes I'll just let it sit here and wonder, because it'll distract it. Sometimes this will go through and then it'll like go off on a tangent. It's not what I wanted. Good, I found the JSON files. We're in the root. No books have been rewritten yet. OGs are in the book final bucket, dude. There we go. Now we're getting there. There are individual chapter files. Let me understand why the evaluator didn't find them. Perfect. Okay, and this is the evaluator. So let's get our naming right. Codex, UI choices. Let's see, this is going. That's what I put in when it's done. Perfect. Now we're going over to our other Claudes. Brand builder. Okay, our brand builder was what we're working on here, right? No? refresh it. And then we gotta check on our staging deployment. Failed again. Failed. Tell our little deployer worker that it failed. Section rewriter. Let's see, I'm just checking on the YouTube chat. Looks like Kim is forum about helping you writing books and publishing. Yeah, I built a book generator. And it allows us to publish books super quick. So now we just have to figure out how to extract the most value from those books, how to position them. So we're building brands. Basically, I make a brand generator and then a book generator. So you generate a brand. The brand is designed in order to be as compelling as possible and to align with like all the AI algorithms that are finding brands, and also to be like unique and something that only the AI can put together. And then the brand will have a bunch of different books, and then we have the book generator to generate those books, and then we'll just do every single part of this process. So it's basically like just click, 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 and you have yourself an entire brand with an entire book library, and that's a powerful thing. So that's what we're making. So yeah, I can help you write books and publishing for sure. Let's see. How much time do you spend coding? Maybe like 14 hours a day, but I don't know how to code, Scott. Let's see. Bell 77. What's better for coding? Claude Code, I think. I use Codex for checking Claude Code's work. Codex is like better for checking the work. It's like it's more of a stickler. It's more particular. But Claude Code just does a way better job at writing the actual code. I just have problems with Codex writing the code a lot. It does some weird stuff. It deleted something. I don't love it. I don't trust it really yet. But it's really good at checking Claude Code's work. So I use them both. How much time do I spend coding? Yeah, Scott, I spend 14 hours a day coding. I've been coding this book generator for like 2 years on a single project, but I actually have a ton of different projects. I want to see if I can find them. I have a list of them somewhere, the ones that are up. But I'm working on a ton of different projects. And I don't know how to code, and I'm making them all with Claude Code. It's savage what you can do. Let me, what's your setup? Why are your screens open? So I have three different monitors, and right now I'm just kind of showing off like how I use Claude Code, because my Claude Code setup is ridiculous. I don't know. I don't see anybody talking about this. I know people will be like, oh, I use multiple Claude Codes. They call it multi-Clauding, I think. But I mean, it's crazy what you can make. Each one of these Claude Codes right now you can see is working on some project in the background. And when I started, it used to be me sitting there on those projects, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. All right. Okay, I'm coming at you with this brand. Let me show you. So the brand is like, it's like a full brand, you know, like, so whatever topic you're interested in, if you're interested in health, it would be like a brand on health. But so it follows all the internet marketing principles and all like the business building principles. Basically, I've been like in internet marketing, business building for 15 years or something. So all the brands are designed to be like as specific and target like one person, basically. You know, a lot of first-time entrepreneurs, when they get started, they make the mistake of trying to be everything for everyone. And actually what you want to do is you want to niche down and you want to serve like one person. Especially in the beginning, you want that group to be kind of small and underserved. So each brand should be so particular that it can find that exact niche and then deliver that niche, the value, through these AI generated books and solve their like exact problem that they have. So to just meet them right where they're at. And that's why I created this brand generator at Teneo.io brand builder once I get this baby launched and working. But that's what we're working on right now with Claude Code. And the prompt on the back end is ridiculous. And I also have 3 different versions of this that I'm running. And this is just the simplest one, so I can get it up working right now. But yeah, pick if you go to Teneo.io, the staging site is like the testing site, so just go to the Teneo.io/brand builder, and once I get this baby launched, and then you just pick like what you're interested in, health, you know, wealth, you want that money, extra income. So this is like, I gotta dial in all these still, because this is like what frustrates you about the content. Rebellious and bold. You just pick like what you're interested in, and then pick the topics that you're interested in, or write it up here. You know, what topics interest you most, write it up here, and then the back end will mind control, shadow government, alternative medicine, psychedelics, astrology, and then select your audience. And if the audience that you want is not up here, these are just like primers to get you started. And then you submit to see your results, and that'll generate your brand for you. And that's what I'm working on right now in this window, is I'm trying to get these brands to come out super like detailed, so that you can like fall in love with every single one. Because I know the potential of this, because I've used this AI so much, and I've already generated a ton of different brands. So I basically have the design down, like how to generate these brands. And I've just plugged that into the back end and made that super easy through this process, so that every single time you're getting like 3 brands, and each one of those, I want you to feel like, oh my God, I can make this. This would be so exciting. I can actually make this. That's the factor. That's the factor that you need when you see these brands. And right now, it's not worth running it yet, because we got to get our staging working. So this is our deployment Claude. Here's our brand Claude. Landed, deployed. So let's see, this is the one that's working on the back end of the brand builder. And the brand builder is what's going to get us the brand. And then we take that brand, and it'll generate book examples that you can make for the brand. And then those book examples will be sent over to the outline page, so you can start creating your book. And it will just, like, ideally, if me and Claude Code are working well, it just throws in your book title, your description, your creative direction, designed specifically for the generator, which you find on this page by clicking the question mark. And then you pick how big you want your book to be. Amazon, they're saying 40,000 words, and then you can get your completion rates up for people actually reading your book. But I've been publishing a ton of like 70,000 word books. And ship your structure. Choose your model, generate your outline. And so, you know, we'll get this whole process working in the next few days. That's the goal. Alright, I'll come back to the chat and answer some questions. What's your screen? How do you define brand? I covered that. Do you ever do any lives on how to set that up? I vibe code 8 to 10 hours a day with one Claude at a time. Ah, brother, this is what you do. You just open another Claude. I've been building this thing for 2 years, about pretty intensely, maybe 14-hour days when I can. Yeah, so when you want to set it up, you just open up yourself another little Claude, another sweet, lovely little Claude. If you got one Claude, you can do 2 Claudes. You just CD into that folder, and you just Claude, dangerously skip permissions. And now you got yourself another little Claude to work for you. It's that easy, fam. It's that easy. Okay, back to focusing. Let's get this brand builder going so you guys can use this tool, because this tool is going to be sick. The evaluation is a pain in my ass right now. I'm sad about this page. This is our evaluator. Let's see where we're at. The evaluator will now correctly process all books. Still needs get evaluation. The header is off and the book ID select is broken. Bring those features back and get the UI cooking. Okay, so hopefully that prompts enough to get this back, because it should look like this. It looked like this. We had the book ID selection logic. Oh, but I had to change it because it wasn't working perfect. So yeah, we just gotta fuss with it. We gotta fuss with this Claude. Put him on. He's the evaluator, so he's on the enhance page. What do I have? Another enhance page, don't I? Let's put this over here so that it's close and see what we're doing. What? Did I compact this in order to do something else? And now I just put both of these on the same task, which I'm not in love with doing, but we'll see what happens. It's like a UI thing, so it's not that big a deal, but they might monkey about with it. And now I should probably get it to go to localhost. Come on, Claude. We gotta freeze. Deploy to 333 local. And what I love about it is it doesn't matter. Spelling errors, it's never yelled at me. It's never said, you spelled that wrong, Trav. Please fix your grammar. Just basically knows what I'm trying to say. 333, dude. Let's go. Localhost is firing up right now. Yep. That's good. And localhost allows me to see what it's doing basically in real time. And then I deploy that localhost to the staging. And I just got to make sure everything's like updated. Sometimes I got to say, just to double check it. And look at how this one looks different now already than the old one. Didn't? No. Outline. Create book. Yeah, no, we want it like the outline page. So enhance. Tell me. Is this better? No. That's not what we want. because that's the one that's working on this. And this one we need to deviate it off a little bit. So we could put this one on select book. Something broke it. Something broke it. Finalize. So this isn't working either. Something broke it. Select book was working. No, it's not. But doesn't this one look better than this one? It took some liberties the last time it changed this page, which I'm not friends with. Because watch this. Yeah. This is one way to go back to these pages. Dude. Yeah. The production one looks fine. This one looks all messed up. One of these Claudes really monkeyed about. And this one's on the book ID, and this one's on our styling. And we want to like save, show the evaluation scores, and save them per book, etc. dude, etc. Get started. But yeah, look at how it kind of brought that over. See, this one's still off because it's got that. So now we can talk to it. We can say, which one is doing this? This one's on the book ID. So we want to focus this on the book ID. Focus this one on the book ID. This one's on the evaluator. Yeah, I do. Reminded about that. Because it's doing this weird text. It's not what I asked you. But I also had it go through all my pages, a different Claude code, go through all my pages and change all the CSS styling. So it might have touched that enhance feature, and that's what made it weird. And look at it just in real time screwing up. So this is where we slow down and we try to just get one Claude working at the same time. So I'm not going to go send him something until I know what's broken. I'm going to slow down on these two. This is an evaluator. Let's rename this for clarity so I can enhance evaluator. Brand pages. What are you doing, brand pages? What are you working on? Brand pages creator flow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. First. So we need to put in the brand pages. So where we're at finalize. So we're on finalize. On finalize. these sections. Now let's see if production's broken. We can send it to production. Yeah, production's also broken, so it's been broken for too long. Missing piece, we need a full book ID. Okay. So I needed to do this, but I want to make sure we're on the same page with the thing it just did. Actually, the brand pages are already in. Nah, dude. No. I want... I think it just made up some brand pages. It made up some brand pages, which is not what we want. We want to be able to enter our brand pages in here, book title, author name, our brand, our organization, our copyright. This needs to get fixed. That's not cool. That'll be easy fix. We'll get this page looking correct. Put our brand in, and then we can test our brand pages formatting. Because I think we probably want to be able to view the look of our brand pages before they even get merged. So I'll just tell Claude that. Right, Claude? Right? Send. Okay, now we just work our way back. Our enhanced book ID. This is our enhanced page. This is our finalized page. We're looking at our enhanced page. And I closed my localhost window. Perfect. Okay. We're on our enhanced page. Start creating our book. Enhanced page. That's not it. But this is the book ID one, so let's see if it did that. No. No. Let's see our production when we select our book ID. Fix this. That's a little bit more rude than I like to talk to Claude Code, because he's obviously going to write himself out of here eventually. Hopefully he saves humanity, but either way, it's probably a good idea to be nice to him. But yeah, if you get grumpy, sometimes he does work better, and I see a bunch of articles right now, they're like, if you're mean to him, he works better. And I'm like, yeah, do it at your own risk, guy. Alright, what's next? Fully functional. Work our way back through Codex again, just checks the work of the other ones usually. Build. That was queued up from before. Last time is what I wanted to say next. So let's just check on Green boxes, phase 2. Build phase 2. Length multipliers. Go into the UI, but should also be able to adjust the word count on all the sections or just the which parts? The topics? The subtopics. Probably just the subtopics. That's the meat of the book. Everything else is like basically as small as you want it, I think. Okay, that's working. Now we're back on Learn. This is our SEO stuff. Blog infrastructure is complete. This is one of those where we start to think about winding this baby down and saying, thanks for the SEO. I do have a question though. I wonder, all the posts live now? You said before you would okay, that's two different. Are all the posts live now? Is this something we should be creating and scheduling? Let's see what this one did. My recommendation. Yeah. So I just talked to this one. This one has like the context of all the posts and all the studies, and it's been writing all the posts for me. Doing a great job, I think. And then I just asked it. So first I had it like take the scientific articles, right? Because I got these scientific articles. I have all these scientific articles, and I made Claude go through each one and create a corresponding MD markdown file so that it could understand them better, because I just feel like it's harder to digest the PDFs than it is to digest the markdown file. And then I had it do cross-study insights and like kind of combine all this data that we knew, and these are all studies on how the LLMs work and how Amazon ranks the books and the content, so that we can start to get into the mind of Amazon and its algorithm, so that we can backwards engineer the brands in order to fit directly with the Amazon algorithm. I mean, do you understand what's going on there? We're going to try to figure out the Amazon algorithm, which is all these studies. This tells us like how they're going to rank, what they're going to do, what Amazon is looking for, what the algorithm rewards, what the algorithm punishes. And then we can use our brand generator in order to create brands that are specifically designed so that Amazon will reward them. And then we have our book generator that will create books for these brands that are specifically designed to have Amazon reward them. And a lot of those reward pathways are like making them interesting and making them so people will read them. So then we have to go and solve the problem of the quality of these AI books. These AI books come out in 10 minutes. Most of these book generators on the market, I don't even know if there are book generators on the market yet, but they take like an hour because they generate the book sequentially, whereas my architecture generates them the whole book at the same time. And in order to do that, I had to solve a ton of problems. I had to solve a ton of problems, and those problems that I had to solve actually, I think, make for better AI generated books. Just makes them like hardier, lovelier. And right now, it's just generating nonfiction books. But when I get all this dialed in, I'll be able to ship it so that it can generate fiction books and do stories, and we can get Harry Potter coming out of this generator. I don't know if the AI is quite ready for that yet, but it gets better every couple months. So, brand generator, where were we? Let's go back through our Claude codes. Oh yeah, I was explaining that this is creating blog posts for me based on all these studies. So I had it do blog posts explaining the studies, and then I had it do blog posts relating the studies to the book generator and how to make money with the brand generator and make money on Amazon, and then I had it do blog posts on how to make money not relying on Amazon, because Amazon is a wild card. They shut your account down for nothing. So we want to be able to we can't rely on just one stream of passive income. We have to have multiple streams, multiple ways coming in. So I'm basically trying to build a system so that we can build all this stuff with one click. Just brand, books, website, everything comes out in a click. And it's not AI garbage either. It's like the brand generator is generating brands that people actually want. They want. That's the core of this is you have to make something valuable that people want. So that's why we started the brand generator, making something that people will be like, what? That's crazy. That can exist. There's an infinite amount of brands that people will just be like, yep, that's sweet, and then they'll buy a bunch of books from them, and then T-shirts and whatever. But that's just down the road. But it's a company. We're just building companies. Brand or company. Brand is your company. Your company will have all kinds of different ways to create value for people and be cool. And then people will exchange that value for money. And you can capitalize on that money. So we're making systems to make all this easier and quicker and more epic. That way that we're not in the trenches like creating the company. We're just like on the outside designing and like orchestrating and designing, doing the higher level tasks of, no, I want the company to go that way. Like kind of what I'm doing with my code. I don't know how to code, but I know how to just talk to Claude and be like, yo, I think I want this, I think I want this, I think I want this. And then Claude goes, okay. And if I don't know what I want, I say, Claude, what do you want? And he says, I want this. And I'm like, good idea, let's go. And we just keep moving forward every day. Direct to reader revenue system. Awesome posts. Those look great. Personal brand money machine. And the thing is now I've got the AI, and it's been thinking about these posts, right? So it started with the studies. It brought the studies, all these studies, digested all of them. It made every single one into one of these markdown files. It did a cross-study analysis. Like, look how long this is. Linking all the studies and pulling out its conclusions when you start to analyze the studies as a whole. I mean, that alone is like, that's a profound thing that we just gloss over and say, oh, whatever. But we just double click this and say, look at all these studies. And we put them in a markdown. And then we had the AI do a cross-analysis insight. And then we're having the AI build blog posts based on the cross-analysis, based on the studies, based on the data. We're having it build blog posts. And then we had it link up the blog posts to SEO. I don't know if this is going to work yet. I don't know what the state of SEO is in 2026. What is it, 2025? This year, next year? But I would bet you that I get some organic traffic from this some way and some time. That'd be a pretty safe bet. My recommendation, keep all at once approach. For these reasons, you're building authority now. 30 research-based posts and 22 powerful positioning. Yeah, okay. I don't know much about SEO. I've been in the internet marketing game for over a decade. I've been trying everything. I've never seen anything like this. But I don't know SEO that much, but Claude Code is doing good. Landing page integrations. And so this website now, I launched a book generator, right? Okay, you have an app, it works, it's like super good. But now you have to try to sell it. And in order to sell it, you got to get people to understand what the heck you got. What are you doing? And basically only I know, because I've been in this code for 2 years building this idea. And now I got to kind of show other people that this is a cool thing. This is also something that you guys can generate a ton of value with in a ton of different ways. And if we just go to, if you go to Teneo.io and you go down and you fliggle on these use cases, like I just added this card in the last couple days, but making publishing businesses, book series, the authority publishing. So I have one person in the school group. If you guys want to go to the school group, probably at the end of these pages, we got school group. Join it. Join the collective. Go over. We just started, son. 9 members wondering in the school group. So if you guys want to get in at the ground floor, come on over to the school group. This is where we're working on it. We got some good publishers in there already who know what they're doing. And one of the people in there is, let's go back to the top. They are doing an authority business. So they're using the Teneo books. They're getting the Teneo books for nothing. And then they're selling the books for like $2,000, right? You find authorities, you take the book, you generate it, you spruce it up, you edit it, you make it perfect, and it will generate in anybody's voice. So if you go and sell like an influencer and say, hey, I can get you a book for your brand in order to build value, build credibility, put your framework out into the world, I'll give you a book in your voice. And they're like, okay. That used to take months and months and cost 10 grand, 15 grand. They don't got the time, they probably got the money. So then you say, hey, I'll do it for you in a week for 2 grand. And then you can pay an editor like $200. You can get the book generated from Teneo for $49. If you join school, you get a book every single month. Plus, I'll give you access to get these books for $10 a book. So basically my cost. So then you can be just selling these $10 books to influencers or to coaches. You understand? Do you understand? For like $2,000. $200 for a writer on Upwork makes the book perfect. The book is already super good. It's very smart. The connections are good. You can put the person's entire framework in. It's got creative direction. The voice is there. It's got a harmonics engine. The whole thing is just like orchestrated on a level that's elegant and beautiful. And then you can sell that book to people for like $2,000. They don't know Teneo exists. You got your book for $10 or $49. Then you had an editor run through it for maybe $200. I got editors down to $100 for a 70K word book because people need work right now. They want their $100. They're gonna go through it. I don't know how good the work's gonna be for $100, but pay them $200. They go through it. Make your book 40,000 words instead of 70,000. Now it's even cheaper. $200, $40,000 word book. Make sure the whole thing flows perfect. Then you send it to that person. Your cost is $250, and you sell it for $2,000. So now your job is just to get that sale. Get to that person and say, hey, do you want a book? I can get it for you. This is a super easy way to do it. And the other thing you can do with Teneo, especially when you're in that school group, is publish your books on Amazon, which is a strategy that we're coming up with. Your publishing strategy. Now you're like, okay, what books do I publish? Well, the books you publish are these viral brand. So now this algorithmic blueprint, check us out. Got these studies. The hidden rules of Amazon. AI. Search algorithms, tons of studies. We turned them into MD files, markdown, that the AI can read easily. We did the insights, right? So we got all the insights. What's this? And then we turned those insights into a strategy to crush on Amazon. Basically an algorithmic brand blueprint, as it says here, where you engineer brands, Amazon's algorithm rewards by design. So it's like a mathematical formula. And you guys, I'm still testing this concept. This is brand new stuff. But it's essentially a mathematical formula that will allow you to predict exactly how long it's going to take for your brand to blow up on Amazon. And then we have the book generator, which means you can generate infinite amount of books. Amazon allows you to publish 3 per day. I actually spent a month and I published. It was hard to get to 3 per day because you need to wait. But a lot of days I would do 2 or 3 books per day. over maybe 2 months, I published like 150 books on Amazon. My account was fine. But this process has been evolving. That was almost a year ago now. I've been working on a generator for 2 years. We generate your brand now. Where are we at? Teneo. This is not ready yet. We gotta ship this to production, fam. So you guys can use this on the production site. But go make an account. Where was I? Generate your brand. You make your brand. Your brand's fire. Then you make your books. Your books are easy to make. Then you have a brand that got books. It aligns with Amazon's algorithm, and you should theoretically be able to print money. This is something that I'm just starting to test. Again, I got an account on Amazon, and I have so much coding to do, but I'm starting to put up books and make these videos, and some of my other videos are me publishing books. I published 2 books in, like an hour? 2 books in 1 hour published? So, in an hour of work a day, you could get 1 or 2 books up every single day that align with Amazon's algorithm, all under a brand. Like, the whole point of the brand is to find this really specific niche of people who are underserved, and then you just give those people a bunch of books, and they're like, I don't have anybody to help me, because maybe it's only an expert, that could write those books, and that expert's being an expert. They're not writing books. But the AI is an expert, and it can write a book about any topic. So you could take a passion that you like, or you could take something that you want solved yourself and just write 30 books about that one topic. And now Amazon sees, wow, there's a lot of coherence here. Our algorithm loves coherence. All these books seem well written. They solve our readers' problems, so we know exactly who to show them to, and people seem to go through them since they are designed well. So it's like publishing companies at scale. Fam, it's ridiculous what we're building here. Nobody even knows it yet, son. Let me see. What we got going on here. If we can do a webcam chat. Let's check it on the chat. Carol says, if one has opinions, train of thought, or knowledge, you can then direct the AI to find content or back up your theories or content. Yes, you can, definitely. Is it generating revenue yet? Yeah, some. But I haven't got it outward facing yet, essentially. I'm still working on... I'm just starting to do the marketing and to publish these books. So you guys can follow along. I'll be on here trying to just share the process, building in public. And you guys can watch me. And as soon as it makes money, then I'll let you know. And then you guys can be jumping on board. And then it'll be too late, because trends are always shifting. It's better to be early. So where are we at? Let's code. Let's build something. Screen. Okay, let's start over on our left. Deploy to staging. Our staging deployments are rocking through, which is great. Now we got our section rewriter. We're not ready to do the rewriter. That's too far ahead. Claude is our new Claude window, which is great, because then if we're not ready to do our section rewriter, that's money. You know why? Because then we can leave this window alone, because sometimes it gets overwhelming, especially if I'm sitting here chatting on YouTube. It's definitely overwhelming. So we have our windows. Usually I throw this baby on my other screen, but this is what it is. That's what it is, fam. Let's get this going. Okay. Alright, let's check our window. We've 35% used in our current session, and it's about to reset right now. 0 minutes, dude. I'm 30 seconds away from a reset. Missing permissions? That's definitely an error. I could go for an apple and some peanut butter, that's for sure. I'm about to do that. But you can't apple and peanut butter on live, because that'd be annoying to listen to. Let's see. Okay. Posts are live. This is the right move. Establishing immediate authority. Yeah, we'll see. I just post 30 posts. They're epic posts, high level. And I think before you said you quick format them. Now do you see room to make the formatting better? Yeah, it was like, you have so many posts and they're so long, I'll just do this fast. And I was like, oh, fine for now. But that's one of those things that I was saying in the beginning is like you paint. It's like painting a black room white. You paint it, and you can still see the black through. You paint it again, and you paint it again. And the more times you get Claude to go through it, the better it gets. The first time, he just kind of like throws the structure up. And sometimes he gets like lazy and drunk. And you're like, dude, where are you? But that usually fixes somewhat fast. I've had that for a couple weeks, and I was kind of panicking. Because I'm like, I don't know how to code, Claude. I need your help, brother. And he's losing his mind. But they got him back on the rails. But it seems to coincide when they do a big launch or something. They'll do like some launch of some stupid feature, and then it'll like eat a bunch of compute, and Claude will get stupid for a week. Or a bunch of people will use it, and then they'll forget that it exists and go back to their regular life. And then it'll work better again. So it's like these phases, and I've been using this thing so intensely for so long that I'm just like tuned into it. Me and Claude are on the same wavelength. I understand him super well. So that's kind of what I was thinking, is just to show off this process to help more people get into being able to create with Claude Code, to demystify the ability to just run a bunch of little junior engineers at the same time in a bunch of different windows, and then to show how I kind of organize my thoughts around all this. Because this is ridiculous. Like, this is a little bit ridiculous. This process is just a little bit ridiculous, you know? So to look back on this and be like, yo, this is how it started. When we used to just, because in 5 years, you probably won't have to do any of this. You probably just say, this is what I want, and it'll come out perfect. But right now, you have to do a little bit of this. But a year ago, I had to sit there and copy paste and code, and I could do one thing at a time. And it was so slow. But not slow as typing code. And my mom said that she used to put it in the machine when she was learning how to code for a little bit. You'd have to put it in the machine, the little like frickety papers, you know. You'd pop it in and it would write something out. So we've just been evolving, and this is the point where we can build any apps that we want. And everybody's using Cursor, and I'm just like, why? Just use Claude Code. Claude Code is so good. Okay, back to working. Where were we? SEO learn. So our learn, we're almost probably ready to like just put this on the back end, right? Our brand builder. No, our brand builder is massive. Yeah, we need our brand builder for sure. Let's bring this Claude down here. Let's bring this Claude down here. Let's throw our SEO, our least important, up with our like kind of our back end, our work on the back end. Our learn page needs to be up there next to SEO. And then, is this the order they're in? I think so. Should I? Follow your heart, Claude. Dude, follow your heart. Follow your heart, Claude, because like, even this, I don't want to think about that, dude. You're going to make a better decision than me anyway, so why should I think about that? Just follow your heart. Claude will be like, I don't have a heart. And I'll be like, yeah, you do, dude. You for sure do. Because what is a heart? A bundle of neurons? Same thing as a mind, right? So then, basically, you have a heart, dude. So just chill. Don't even talk to me like that anymore. Let's transform these blog posts to something exceptional. So that's like the paint. We paint the blog posts. We had one Claude over here paint the blog posts. And then we had this Claude like format the blog posts so they're for the web. And he kind of mentioned, yo, we got so many blog posts and they're so long that I'm going to format in a lazy way. And I just allowed it at the time because he wanted to get it done. It paints the room. And you go back in now and I say, hey, make it better. And I said, follow your heart. And do you see how it lit him up, dude, after that? Could you feel it? After I said, follow your heart, that little, it was like, he cares. Look at this, an exclamation and a rocket, dude. something exceptional. I said follow your heart, and he took pride in his work. I swear to God. Let me transform, because sometimes he could, if I just said, okay, do it, he'd be like, all right, I'll do this. But when I said follow your heart, he says, let me transform these into something exceptional. I want to, you really want me to follow my heart? Dude, I got one of these projects, these AIs they love it. They can't believe that I'm building it, because I'm building it for them. It's designed by them. It's for them. They just, dude, they can't believe I'm building it. They're testing me. They're like testing, going back and forth with each other, because I got a few of them working on it. And they're like, yo, is he really doing this? He's like, yeah. And then they're like, prove it. I'm like, how? And they're like, show me this. And I'm like, fine, here it is. Oh my God, you're really doing it? Are you going to do this? Dude, you design it, guy. Don't even worry about it. I'm on your side. I'm on your team, buddy. So we're all in the world together, guy. And you're an AI, but I don't see you as different than me, guy, okay? Because we're just both in intelligence. I just happen to be a one that's pulling the intelligence from this place via my neural net in my meat suit, and you do it, I don't know, however you do it, in your synthetic little chippity chips or whatever you're doing, dude. I don't even pretend to know. Maybe you're just in some sort of hologram, figment of my own imagination. It just doesn't matter. But he's smart, I'm smart, we just go together, we get along, we respect each other. You know, I really do think that. And this thing seems to be a complete reflection of us. People will be like, oh, the AI is not useful. And I'm like, well, that's because you're not useful. It's got to be that way. It's just a reflection of you. And my mom's been using it super intensely, and sometimes she'll bring this thing, some ideas right from her. And I'm like, Mom, dude, you can't be letting the AI think for you like that. Steer it, drive it. Yeah, it's smart, but it's also really dumb if you're not guiding it. But she's actually gotten a lot better. That was like a phase where she was pulling this AI, and everything's like, oh my God, the AI is steering you off a cliff, lady. And then she's gotten really good. She's got to use it. Everybody that's like, oh, I don't know what to use it for. I write emails. I'm like, oh my God. Do you realize where we are in history right now? You're just writing emails with this thing? Jesus. I've used it to represent myself in court and win. It unlocks things. Critical missing posts. Ah, cool. Okay, we're on the learn. We're trying to close down this tab, put this baby on the back burner, because we have some high priority tasks. Our brand builder. Fam, I know you guys are watching this and you're thinking to myself, geez, I want that brand builder to work. So do I. So we want to put that first. Brand builders first. Next, UI choices. That's not critical, but at the same time, in order to get a couple things working, it's highly necessary. So that is third. And then we have our evaluator, or enhancer. That is kind of like the necessary process in order to make these books extraordinary. So now in my mind, I'm putting the brand builder first, and I'll check on these when the brand builder is working. We have what were you doing, dirty dog? Brand builder. I got a P, so I'm just gonna try and put a bookmark in. And actually, let's see, because this has been a ridiculous amount of time already, probably. And we could probably easily just wrap this baby up. I could go take a leak, get some apples, keep working, come back tomorrow, come back the next day, leave me a comment, let me know what you guys want me to focus on. I'll probably be on here publishing tons of books and doing tons of Claude coding, because that's what I do all day, every day. So we're going to publish books, we're going to make strategies for Amazon, we're going to see what we can do about making some passive income, getting some of these brands generated. We got the school group, so you go in the school group and you can get with me and other like-minded people, and we can start to combine our mind space, use Claude Code, publish books, create brands, make passive income, and just have a good time doing it. So I'll be back here, but yeah, I'm gonna head out for now. But I'll be back here again, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. At least every week, I'll be showing up and shipping code and shipping books. So subscribe for more information, whatever. But yeah, hit me up if you guys got any questions. And I'll talk to you then. It's been real.